Welcome to today's Explainer. You know, right now, we are seeing a massive shift happening between two of the world's biggest powers. And honestly, it could change pretty much everything. So let's just dive right in.
It really all boils down to this one single question. What did China just hand over to India? The very same thing it once used as a weapon to bring the United States to its knees.
We're talking about the absolute foundation of our modern world. I mean, these are the essential building blocks for, well, everything. From the iPhone in your pocket to the planet's most advanced military hardware, like the F-35 fighter jet.
What are they? They're called rare earth elements, or REEs for short. It's a group of 17 minerals that are so critical for modern tech, defense, and green energy that, and I'm not exaggerating, our entire world would literally grind to a halt without them.
And here is the bombshell. After a long, very icy diplomatic freeze, China just agreed to start exporting these vital elements to India again. Now you have to understand, this isn't just some simple trade deal. No, this is a strategic earthquake. And to get why, we really have to look back a bit.
So let's talk about what's been called the rare earth weapon, and how China basically came to control the world's most critical technology supply chain. The sheer scale of China's control here is just staggering. And it's not about who mines the most, it's about who does the processing. And China, well, it controls the refining of 90% of the world's supply. That's not just dominance, folks. That is a chokehold.
And this isn't some abstract economic idea. Think about it. Samarium, that's crucial for the magnets in F-35 jets and naval submarines. Gadolinium is essential for MRI machines and hospitals. Terbium, that's what makes your smartphone and TV screens so bright. And dysprosium helps control nuclear reactors. These elements are absolutely everywhere, and there is no substitute.
Get this. A single F-35 fighter jet needs 23 kilograms of samarium. A naval destroyer needs over 2,000. The hard reality is that America's defense industrial base runs on materials that are ultimately controlled by Beijing.
And this control isn't just theoretical. Remember the US-China trade war? When President Trump imposed tariffs, China hit back by threatening to cut off America's supply of rare earths completely. That move could have crippled US defense. And just to make sure the US couldn't find a workaround, China also cut off India, totally freezing New Delhi out of the market.
Now that freeze lasted for years, but it seems a single high-stakes visit to New Delhi just changed absolutely everything.
Just take a look at this timeline. The last serious talks were way back in 2019. Then, in 2020, you had the deadly Galwan Valley border clash, and that just plunged relations into a deep, deep freeze. For nearly 5 years, basically silence. And then all of a sudden, Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi lands in New Delhi.
The impact was immediate. I mean, look at the difference. Before this visit, direct flights were suspended, those critical exports were completely blocked, and border tensions were through the roof. And after the visit, well, flights are resuming, those vital materials are flowing again, and the two leaders are actually planning to meet. It's a complete 180-degree turn.
And the agreements they reached were really substantive. It goes way beyond just flights and trade. India publicly reaffirmed its One China policy on Taiwan, which is, a huge deal for Beijing. In return, China promised to share water data on the Brahmaputra River, a major security concern for India. And of course, there was the formal invitation for the prime ministers to meet.
But maybe the most telling moment came from this quote from Wang Yi. He said, "We should regard each other as partners, not rivals." Now, on the surface, that's pretty standard diplomatic talk, right? But the subtext is profound. By even saying India shouldn't be a rival, China is openly admitting that it now sees India as a legitimate competitor on the world stage. That's a huge shift in perspective.
So what does this all mean? Well, this reset isn't just about India and China. It's a move that creates a whole new global power equation, and it has massive implications for the United States.
Okay, so picture the scene. You've got the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi in New Delhi. He's hashing out these groundbreaking agreements, completely resetting the relationship with India.
And at that exact same time, India's foreign minister, S. Jaishankar, boards a plane and flies directly to Moscow for his own high-level talks. A coincidence? I don't know. Or are we actually witnessing the deliberate formation of a new Russia-India-China strategic triangle, one designed specifically to counterbalance American influence in this new multipolar world?
Okay, I know that was a lot to take in, so let's just boil it down. Here are the 4 key things you absolutely need to remember from this story.
First, China dominates the global supply of rare earth elements, a resource that is critical for all modern technology and defense.
Second, after a nearly 5-year freeze, a single high-level visit has triggered a major thaw in India-China relations. Third, China has now given India access to those REEs, the very same strategic lever it once used against the United States. And fourth, this warming of relations, timed perfectly with high-level India-Russia talks, signals the potential formation of a new power bloc that could fundamentally reshape global politics.
All of this really leads to one crucial question for all of us. As the world shifts towards having multiple centers of power, are these economic partnerships, like who controls the critical supply chains, actually becoming more powerful than traditional military alliances? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Thanks for joining today's Explainer, and hey, don't forget to subscribe for more.